The first area of place value you're going to be looking at is sequencing of numbers. To do this, you need to identify the significant digit in each set. So if we look at the first, the emerging work, we would look initially at the left-hand digit, and we'd look at the 5, which is 500, the 4, which is 400, the 5, which is 500, and the 4, which is 400. So already we're able to see that we're going to have to look at the second digit, which is now the tens. So we link those together, so we're now looking at 510, 490, 530 and 470. So we know that if we're starting from the smallest, we'd be looking at the 400, and then we look at the second digit and it's either the 9 or the 7, which in this case it's the 7, and then we put that one there. Now you might want to put a comma between the next one. We know the next digit is going to be 498. The next digit, which you could write underneath or you could continue along, but in this case we're going to write underneath for space, it's going to be 512, and the last one is going to be 534. Now looking at 4-digit numbers, we're again looking for the significant digit. They all start with 6,000, so we know that that's not that significant. The next most significant digit is going to be the 7s, or 700s, and the 6. So already we know that the smallest number is going to be the 6,693. Put a comma there to separate. And the next ones we're now going to be looking at is the tens. So there's an 80, a 90 and an 80. So as far as they're concerned, the next smallest we have to look again. We're now looking at the units. So it's the 2 against the 5. So the next smallest 6,782. Again, I'm going to start a new line, and again separating with a comma, and the next one is going to be 6,785, meaning the largest number is 6,792. And now we're looking at numbers of 10,000. Again, this is quite possible in a SATs paper. So we're looking at this starting with the 10,000s. The 4s are all the same, so we can ignore them. The 5s are all the same, so we can ignore them. So we know that 45,000 is common in all. Now we're looking at the hundreds, and there are 2 600s and there are 2 700s. So the smallest one is going to be one of the 600s. So we move on and we look at the tens, which is 70 against 90. So the smallest number is going to be 45,671. Then we do a comma, and now the next smallest is going to be 45,691. Now I've just about got away with that because of the space, but you really want to try to avoid cramping your stuff. Your next one is going to be looking at the 7s, and then looking at the 0 and the 6. So the 0 is clearly the smallest, so we've got 45,702. Followed by 45,761, and that's those sequenced.